We are live, Dead Pit Live here, May 16th, 2014. Very special show tonight. Uh, Joining me, as always, the doctor of every man's desire, the B-Plan himself. Just waking up, by the way, from a fucking, what was it, Steve? An early nap. Wasn't even 10 o'clock. You was asleep. What the fuck, buddy? Steve Bedingfield, the B-Plan.
I was on the roof,
Yeah,
trying to raise it from the outside.
And special guest tonight, you know him. Everybody loves him from YouTube. YouTube sensation from all the way from L.A. Wetmovie, Brendan Mitchell. What's up, man? Good to have you on here.
Yeah, man. I've been a fan of the DEADPIT universe for a long time, brother. And
what gonna do?
No, but Steve's ass just woke up. Come on, man. I've been up for hours and hours already, man. What the hell you been sleeping?
Steve's an old fart, so he's a lot older than us. I don't know if you realize he's close to he's pushing 50. Steve is.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, this is, I guess, the officially the second Dead Pit live show we've done in this format. I know we did some last October, just trying this thing out, but basically we're going to go through the horror news this week, all the stuff that's been happening, and we have a very interesting topic. I know one, we may go back and forth with a couple other ones, talking about DVD collecting and when is collecting gone too far, maybe. You could do the Don LaFontaine voice there. Mm-hmm. Your horror collecting has gone one step too far, Steve.
It's a sickness.
It is a sickness.
Yep.
It's a cinema sickness.
Uh-oh. He's sitting in front of his movies and stuff. He's gonna pull out.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
Full House season 3.
I got the wrestling collection over here. I don't know how well you can see that, but you know.
Oh hell yeah.
We all collect. You know, I mean, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. We all collect movies, and it's not that. It's the fact that does collecting go from I'm buying this just to have it sit on a shelf for 4 years, or I'm buying this to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So.
We'll get into that a little bit later, though, right?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And, yeah, appreciate everybody joining us tonight, and definitely we're going to do more of these shows, too, hopefully, if you guys like them, and talking about all the latest horror news, and eventually have some more movie reviews on here and stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive right on in. Brendan, I think you mentioned one of the big topics of the week. You want to go ahead and open up with that?
I mean, you're talking about the new Rob Zombie film. I believe it's called 31.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about what this one's even going to be, because all we ever got today was this image of a clown, which I'm hoping is Sid Haig, but you never really know because you don't see the beard or anything. And I'm just wondering if he's going to be doing this movie, if all the other characters from his other stuff are going to be back, like his wife, of course, and if Sid's going to end up coming back for this thing.
Well, if it's a Rob Zombie movie, I think all those people will be back in some form. You know, I know Sherry will be on there showing her ass. You know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we can all look forward to that. Somebody, I think Jason Schneeberger, though, and I was looking closer at the poster, it looks like the movie may be called 3i.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know what this is. A lot of people are maybe speculating that this could be the new Halloween film as well, simply because the mask kind of looks, you know, you could kind of see the resemblance from the clown mask from the Rob Zombie Halloween movie.
But at the same time, I don't think the news came out of him being on board to direct Halloween 3 yet. I thought the news they didn't have a director on there yet for this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, the teaser came out today, basically going through all the Rob Zombie's films, and then just ending on like they were zooming back on the poster art for 31 or 3i or whatever the hell it's called. So
yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know what to feel about this one, because Rob Zombie's films are like really hit and miss with me. Like I really liked like House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects a lot, but like El Super Beast on those Halloween ones, I really don't care about very much.
Yeah. I mean, kind of feel the same way. I mean, I think with Rob Zombie though, he always like Lords of Salem. Like I know people, it's mixed with that. People either love that film or hate that film, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, and I'm looking forward to anything he does. And I know we've made awful fun of Rob Zombie over the years on the show, but the guy, like, if you let him do his own thing and don't kind of, strip him on that, doing those remakes and all that stuff, let him create his own characters and do his own thing, and I think you'll probably have a pretty good horror film. But the last thing that I heard, and this could have been a couple years ago, maybe Steve remembers this, Rob Zombie said he wasn't going to do any more horror movies for a while. He was going to do like a hockey movie or something like that. Am I imagining that, or?
Yeah, I heard that it was a hockey, but I mean, he was going to make some kind of biker movie called something Rex. It was almost like the dinosaur. So I don't know. That'd been interesting.
I would like to see Rob Zombie direct like a Disney movie or some shit like High School Musical 4 and see what he does with this.
I don't know if you'll see that. I think
it'd be funny though.
I think that he'd be good doing like a Tim Burton style, like a stop motion animation thing. But I don't know if anybody would give him the reins to do something like that. Those movies like that cost a freaking fortune to make. So, but I think he would love to do something like that. And I remember the T-Rex thing too.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know what the hell that was. Nothing ever become of that. So maybe somebody on YouTube here, and you can, if you want to post comments and stuff like that, we'll look at that here in a little bit. Did that end up being Lords of Salem? I don't think so.
I thought there was maybe a comic or something. I remember seeing something that looked like a comic book cover too, with that title.
Yeah, that's one of the. I don't know. I mean, I remember that I think it was right after Halloween 2 that he did. They were talking about that for a little while, and then it kind of just went away. But
yeah, for some reason, I don't think I've ever heard about that.
Yeah, it was. I remember us talking about it on the show, but I don't think anything ever become of it. The comic book thing does sound kind of familiar, though. But yeah, I mean, I guess we will see what happens with this new Rob Zombie project. I think Bloody Disgusting was the one that put that up there. I don't know where they got it. I don't know if somebody from Rob Zombie's camp just sent it to him or what. But yeah, you can check it out if you want to. Just do a search on it, or it's on. You can go on Facebook anywhere and see it. As Steve turned into Mark Henry there, playa.
Somebody gonna get their ass kicked.
Some other news though that I was really excited about was Grindhouse releasing. They announced a 3-disc Blu-ray edition coming out July 1st of Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh shit! I saw the new artwork for that. It looks pretty killer. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't have that same image of like the lady through the stake and shit like that. It's like a whole new like cover art thing or something. It looks pretty badass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know who did the artwork, but yeah, I mean, I agree. The set will include 2 Blu-ray discs and special features and newly remastered soundtrack CD of the original score by Riz Ortolani. I think who recently passed away, didn't he, Steve?
Believe I remember hearing about that. Yes.
Yeah. Specs for the new Cannibal Holocaust Blu-ray are as follows. It includes a new high-definition digital restoration of the original director's cut, a spectacular digital stereo remix and original mono mix, commentary tracks with director Ruggiero Deodato, and star Roger Kerman and Carl York and Francesca Ciardi, which I think that's most of the cast there with him. New in-depth interviews with Deodato, Ciardi, assistant director Salvio Bazile, cameraman, a bunch of Italian. I'm not going to try that. I'm from Eastern Kentucky, folks, so Italian names. That's But tons of interviews, liner notes from our good friend Eli Roth.
Yeah.
Did those Steel Galleries. So yeah, Cannibal Holocaust is one of those films that, and I know people get pissed off about this shit now because of the the animal deaths and stuff like that. But it's one of those movies that I will always rebuy. It really hit home with me when I first saw the film, and yeah, I mean, anytime it's on a new format or something like that, like I've got 3 different DVD versions up there of it, so I'm always going to pick it up.
I got the Shameless Blu-ray.
The Shameless Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I can never really get into that one. Like when it comes to like those old school kind of movies when like animals are getting killed and you don't know if people are really getting killed or not killed. I can't I can't get into that kind of stuff. I know some people can. It's just not my cup of tea. I got the DVD of it a long time ago, watched it once, and
yeah, I mean, I can understand how it wouldn't be. I mean, a lot of the stuff in that movie simply because they really killed animals in that movie. And that kind of, if you watch it today, you just never see stuff like that. And, yeah, I mean, it kind of hits people the wrong way a lot of the times. I know Shameless, Steve mentioned the Shameless Blu-ray. I think they released the edited version without the animal deaths.
I think you can do either or, but yeah, I mean, that was out. I think I've had that for at least two years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I can remember though, like, turn Steve up a little bit. I can't really hear. I was looking for the movie I watched as a kid. This was right when I first got a DVD player. I was looking for Make Them Die Slowly.
Right.
The name on the video.
What's that sound I'm hearing?
Sounds like somebody eating some chips.
Yeah.
Maybe this is up against my beard or something. I don't know. How's that? Does that sound better?
Is your beard eating some chips?
My beard is eating some chips. It does.
I thought Steve was playing mush with himself.
Nah, I'm not chunky. Mine's all smooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
But anyway, like I randomly bought. I think it was official. It wasn't even an official release. Thinking it was Cannibal. It was Cannibal
Ferox.
And I ended up watching this movie late at night by myself, and it was one of those movies that I just told everybody about when I was like, God, this is fucked up, man. So, but I mean, I can definitely see if you're not into those, those Euro trash, exploitation movies and stuff like that. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm definitely looking forward to Grindhouse's stuff. Always is top notch. So they take their time, though. That's the only thing. They take forever.
Yeah, but keep in mind when I first watched it, it was probably like 5 years ago, and I was just like, maybe if I saw it when I was a teenager or something, it probably would have been like a different feeling or something. But watching it in my mid-20s or whatever it was kind of like, what? I don't know.
Yeah, it's similar to like you hear everybody talk about Last House on the Left and how brutal and crazy that is, and maybe your first time you watch it, you're expecting something else. It doesn't really deliver. Yeah, and especially like Last House on the Left. I always love that movie too, but I can definitely see why people wouldn't.
I remember hearing a story that my mom told me of her like going when she was in college or whatever, going to see that movie in the theaters with all her friends, and how like she was just like, I want to get the fuck out of here, but all her like friends were like, no, we gotta finish it, we gotta see it to the end. I don't know, it's kind of funny. My mom's like not like a person like that at all. She didn't know what the hell she was watching when she went to go to the theater back in the day. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean the way they did movies back then was totally different than that now, especially because most of the theaters back then, I mean, they were independently ran. And you could, they would show anything in the theater back then. New York, 42nd Street, a lot of people, and Steve loves talking about this, and his good friend that uses the name 42nd Street. They talk about all the porno theaters they had in New York back then, and that stuff was everywhere in New York City, like, and a lot of it, I don't think you see that sort of thing anymore, like hardcore horror films or I don't even know if porn theaters exist anymore. Maybe they do somewhere, like Las Vegas or something. But a lot of these theater chains now, like Regal and Cinemark or whoever, you know, they own all the theaters across the country, so you don't see stuff like that, unfortunately, anymore.
No, I know. But the thing is, at the same time, I don't think the mainstream public these days would be able to put up with something like that. You know, because like all these people, like the mainstream audience, they don't know about Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox, Last House on the Left. They just know about like Superman and Spider-Man and you know, like all the other like big mainstream shit that comes out. And then if the movie like that comes out, like Last House on the Left, like if the old one came out now, people would be freaked the fuck out if they didn't know what they were getting into.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that times have changed when it comes to that, and you know, because a lot of the times, you know, I know I talked to James Bryan, like he's kind of a exploitation director. We interviewed him years ago, and you know, one of his more popular films is Don't Go in the Woods Alone. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Not going to say it's that popular, but you know, back when it came out, like I think he told me there were only like a handful of 35 millimeter prints of that were actually struck up to show. So I think the way they did some of those small time movies, like the independent movies, they would just, you know, kind of ship them around the country, one region at a time or something, and play them in drive-ins or whatever. I mean, it's really
kind of like what George Romero did with Night of the Living Dead, right, back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he probably had more prints available, you know, than Don't Go in the Woods. But you know, it's an interesting story, and I wish somebody would make like a documentary about driving. Maybe someone has, I don't know. I would love to see, you know, and get more info on that, you know, the way things were done back then, because it's totally different than now. I mean, especially since they've done away with 35 millimeter film now, and it's all pretty much beamed to a theater or on a hard drive or whatever. And there's, you know, you never see an independent film unless you're in a real big city, you know, in a theater nationwide at all.
No, I know exactly what you mean, but also I think the public these days are just more uptight about things, and they're not going to be putting up with certain like things that happen or being said in certain movies because, like, oh my God, you said the N word, or oh, you said this word. I don't want to watch this movie because of that. Or you know, like if they put out a movie like The Hills Have Eyes now, the people in the in the theaters were like, they're not going to have it. People are going to be running out of the theater and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that, but I think somebody needs to take a chance and make a movie. Like, I mean, I don't know if a studio would. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what would happen if something like, you know, something extremely offensive came out nationwide now, and see how, you know, because you remember when like Silent Night, Deadly Night came out, all the protests and all that shit, you know, about the Killer Santa Claus movie. I think that horror in general probably needs something like that, you know, get interest back in it, everybody talking about it.
I think you're right about that one, dude. I think Rob Zombie came kind of sort of close with that Lords of Salem one with all the like the nakedness in it of like old women.
As Steve's falling asleep again, I think, old man.
No.
Yeah. or he's whispering to his wife, "Where's my dinner, Dana?"
My doggy.
Yeah.
Linnea's pissed his couch again.
No.
He's just taking his diaper off.
No, I gotta keep it on.
Oh, okay.
He's an old man, boss.
I can take it off once a night.
Yeah, so anyway, more news. I guess something happened last week. H.R. Giger, or Geiger, I don't know how you pronounce it, Swiss artist, world famous for designing the iconic creatures and aliens, has passed away at the age of 74. And this guy was really an interesting character. I mean, you didn't really know a whole lot about the guy because he was so elusive, you know. There's very few pictures of him that are even out there online that I've seen. So definitely rest in peace. And I'm not the hugest alien movie fan, you know. I like the first couple of movies. But yeah, I mean, the look of that creature is just insane, and I know he's done a lot of other work and stuff too, similar vein, but just definitely want to mention that.
Yeah, I like the alien movies for what they are, but like those later ones, like Alien 4 like whatever it's called, and those AVP ones. I can never care about those ones at all.
Well, I remember watching. I think Steve's a big fan of the Alien versus Predator movies, if I remember right. But I remember watching Alien. I remember watching Alien versus Predator Requiem. That was the second one, I think. I had the Blu-ray of that. That was one of the screeners. Like back in the day, I would just ask for whatever. Like if I get an email for something, I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll take it." You know, give me a screener. I don't really do it anymore just because I don't have any freaking room.
I have room.
We'll talk about that here in a little bit. That'll lead into our big topic. But I got it. You know, I'd never even seen the first one, and I watched the second one. And man, like that movie was so fucking dark. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like you couldn't see hardly anything that was going on in it. And
I know.
if you watch the making of, you will know why. Because like the creatures in those movies look fucking horrible. Like that's why they had to have it so dark. The costumes, like I don't know who did them, but oh man, but that movie was horrible. By the way, I don't even remember if I got all the way through that movie.
I don't think I ever did either. Like those, when I saw the first AVP, I was just like, okay, I'm done with this whole series. And I think even Robert Rodriguez, was it him that made that Predators movie that came out recently?
Right. Yeah, a couple years ago.
I didn't even want to care. I didn't even want to see that one for some reason.
I never did watch that, and I think, and aren't they remaking Predator or something like that now? Or it seems like I heard that.
I don't know. They fucking remake anything these days. Fucking Goonies 2 and shit. Come on.
Well, at least Goonies is a sequel, though. I mean.
No, I know. I love the Goonies with all my heart, dude. That's my favorite movie of all time. But if this movie's a big piece of shit, everyone's gonna fucking say it. You know, like if it's really bad, everyone is gonna like just tear it a new asshole.
That's true. I mean, I didn't really understand why they didn't make a Goonies 2 like 2 or 3 years after the first one.
Oh, I know. Like when everyone was still a kid, and that would have been awesome.
Yeah, and it's not like any of those kids really went on to become big stars. At least, you know, Josh Brolin is kind of now, but that's years later. I mean, they could have. I still think they could have done like sequels to them, but I just don't know if they probably didn't have a good story in mind, or I don't know.
I wish they had done like a TV movie and call it Goonies 2 with TOO.
Yeah.
With a new group of Goonies.
But yeah, I just wonder, the cousins of the people.
I just wonder what they're gonna do if they're bringing back the cast again. How are they gonna put them in like a new adventure setting? Like what the hell? How are they gonna get them into that again?
Cyberspace.
The Goonies get together on the internet.
Yeah, they're gonna play World of Warcraft.
Yeah, they're online playing video games, and Trickster from Brain Scan comes popping out of the fucking TV and tells them we got to go on this adventure and shit. But then at the end, it was all just a video game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only logical storyline they can use for the new one is the kids of the Goonies get together, and because you know a lot of the maybe I'm wrong in this, but I'm thinking a lot of the
are.
No, I'm not, Steve. A lot of the kids, aside from Brolin and Aston and maybe Corey Feldman, they don't really act anymore, do they? I mean, they haven't. I know some of them haven't acted in the movie since the Goonies. So
the big fat kid, he's still around, ain't he?
He's a dentist now or something.
They're all still around except for Sloth, unfortunately. But you know,
yeah,
you can get anybody to play Sloth.
Yeah, it's like you get anybody to play. Yeah.
You know something because the Goonies is always my favorite movie too. I probably watched that movie hundreds of times over the years. Who did Sloth's voice? Did anybody ever figure that out? I don't think it says in the credits.
No, I don't remember.
So maybe whoever did Sloth's voice could come back. I don't think you can replace him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, I'm up for seeing the Goonies too.
Yeah, me too.
I'll of course watch it opening night, I'm sure. But you know.
VOD.
No, it'll be in theaters, Steve. The Goonies is I think it's the quintessential '80s movie. Some people say like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or you know,
Bachelor Party.
Bachelor Party. I don't know about that one, but I will say the Goonies. I also love Stand By Me as well. Those were the two big movies when I was a kid that I watched to death.
No, those are two classic ones right there. That everyone that's movie lover have to have seen that shit one time or another.
Yeah, I would hope so.
You met Ric Flair.
I've met Ric Flair a couple of times. Whoa!
At a Walmart.
Yeah. Why are you bringing that up, man? That's random shit.
Yeah, that was out of fucking nowhere. What the hell?
That's what I do.
He's got a special form of autism Tourette's.
Oh, I know. I've seen the shows with him.
Oh, shit.
You met Ric Flair!
Yeah!
The medication's wearing off.
Oh shit! He might have to
Yeah,
change
Steve,
his
that was
character.
fucking 3 years ago, man. I swear. That's bizarre shit right there.
I think it's funny. We're sitting here talking about the Goonies. Ric Flair!
Woo!
That's what makes Steve Steve.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's see. One that I know Steve's excited about.
Yes, Twin Peaks, right?
No.
Oh.
Cult Epics is bringing George Barry's 70s horror film, Deathbed.
The bed that eats.
Yeah, The Bed That Eats, on June 3rd. At the edge of a grand estate near a crumbling old mansion lies a strange stone building with a single room. In the room there lies a bed. Born of demonic power, the bed seeks flesh, blood, and life essence of unwary travelers. 3 pretty girls on vacation, searching for a place to spend the night. Instead, they stumble into nightmares and the cruel, insatiable hunger of the deathbed.
I've seen that.
Who did you say was putting this out?
Cult
Epics.
Epics.
Yeah. Hey Wes, I think the microphone's against your cheek again.
Okay.
Shake that shit off. God damn.
Hey, Steve, quit being a hater, man. You're just mad because whenever you grow a beard out, it looks like Keanu Reeves.
I wish it looked like Keanu Reeves' beard.
It looks worse.
It don't look that good.
Keanu Reeves' mangy beard, brother. Anyway, bonus features include new HD transfer introduction by Stephen Thrower, another introduction by George Barry, audio commentary by Barry and Thrower, conversation between Barry and Thrower. Evidently, Stephen Thrower is a big fan of this fucking movie, which is weird.
It's just like those two guys. It's the combination of those two guys.
Yeah, they just did a bunch of extras one day with George Barry and Stephen Thrower.
Thrower and Barry, then Barry and Thrower.
Thrower and Barry on deathbed. Yeah, maybe
They
like
take a nap in the deathbed.
Yeah, maybe on the documentary they could both be laying in the deathbed together, interviewing each other. That would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But also includes the original deathbed music credit track, which I'm
Fuck
sure.
yeah, I've been looking for that forever.
Yeah. So yeah, Deathbed. I've never seen Deathbed, but I don't know if I want to see it. So
It's pretty. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do remember somebody somebody goes to sleep and they wake up and there's like some blood on the bed. It's like, what happened to this guy? But I can't remember. I think they just walk away or they get eaten by the bed, and that's the end of the movie.
And it sounds like it could be kind of like a fun little horror movie thing to check out, at least once.
yeah,
It looks like a porn a little bit at the beginning because they're all. I know some people make out or have sex on the bed,
Mm-hmm.
and then they get ate by the bed that eats.
The bed that eats.
Does the bed talk just like in fucking what is it called, Little Shop of Horrors and shit?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm hungry.
Come on, give me food. It's the pillows or the eyes.
Women. Take it.
No, I don't think it talks, but it's a
That would make
crazy movie.
Made it a classic. Then if the bed would have talked, there'd be a lot more people talking
Hey,
about the bed.
Yeah.
the bed that wets.
That's your bed,
Bed.
Steve.
That's Steve's bed, yeah.
No, I stopped peeing my bed a couple years ago.
Was it since you got the catheter in?
No, well, it's a plug. You spin the plug.
I don't know what the
between
fuck
the-
I'm talking about.
It's a dick hole stopper.
It's a stopper.
Um,
It's got a screw. You got to screw it in. It's a Phillips on a.
Oh shit.
yeah. Let's see. Also, just one last little quick thing news-wise. I figured we could talk about. Lee Winnell has been announced as the new director for Insidious Chapter 3.
Ugh.
Winnell wrote the first two films and will both write and direct the third one. No word yet on the plot of the third film. It's expected to begin a new story with a different cast of characters, which I think is a good idea, but I see this as totally, video on demand debut, direct to DVD. I don't think this one goes out in the theater. What do you guys think?
I don't think so either. Like from the from the sounds of it, if the original cast is not going to be back, direct to DVD kind of shit.
So it's going to have Eric Roberts in it.
Eric Roberts and Patty Duke star in Insidious Chapter 3.
Patty Duke.
Patty Duke's making her return.
It's a crossover from one of that Amityville movie she was in.
Yeah.
What just happened right there?
I don't know, but you're in here twice.
Yeah, somehow you're on here 2 times. Let's see if I can. Let me see.
How did that happen?
I'll eject your other one and see how it works.
Eject it.
Yeah, let's try it.
That was weird.
No. There we go.
Okay, I was going to say, because Wetmovie is...
How the hell did that happen, by the way? I've never seen that.
Me neither. I don't know what the hell just happened.
I've heard a lot of horror stories about Google Plus. I think Pizzal was on here. We was doing one of those wrestling shows, and
WrestleManiacs, yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about how horrible this. Sometimes it works great though. I want to be honest, but the live chat thing, I can't figure out how to get that thing working anymore.
No, but speaking about talking about Insidious 3, I'll be interested in seeing it because I did like the Insidious movies as it, so far. I know the first one was the best one, and the second one was just kind of like, what the hell, Steve? You all right?
Yeah.
You having a stroke?
Not yet.
All right, no, I said that.
It's way past Steve's bedtime.
Yeah. No, but Insidious 3 seems like it should be okay to check out. I bet you Lynn Shay would end up popping in there again because she'll do it. She does a lot of B kind of movies.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be in there. And I think it's a good move that they're moving on with the new group of characters. Because I think you've done all you can do, really, and I honestly think they probably could have moved on with a new group of characters with the second movie too. Because that, to me, I thought that the first film was awesome. I loved the first film, and I think that you can go back and watch the On the Road review. We were really putting over that first movie, and the second one I thought was a little bit of a letdown. I thought that there were only maybe 1 or 2 decent scares in it, and the whole other netherworld thing, I didn't get into that.
I think I liked it a little bit more because when I saw it at this private screening for like a test thing with a rough cut of the movie, right. And I was sitting in the theater and just a couple of seats away was James Wan watching the movie, and it just added to the experience of it. And then after the movie, I talked to him and asked him a couple questions hey, that one scene when they're in what's it called, the Further or whatever. Were you trying to emulate the sleepaway camp moment with that mom yelling at her kid and all that kind of stuff? It kind of felt like that, and he looked at me and said, "You're probably the only one that's ever said that to me, or ever going to say that to me."
No, James Wan's a cool guy, and I think he's a great filmmaker. I love most of his stuff. But yeah, I think though that the third one it'll probably be a direct to DVD release. I would say
VOD.
I don't think the second one did that well in the theater, did it? I know the first one
No.
did.
And do you think James Wan's ever going to return back to horror? Because I kind of think he will, even though he said didn't he say he was done with it? But I have a feeling he'll come back, especially if the big mainstream stuff doesn't work out for him.
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be back. And I think it sucks, what happened with the whole Fast and the Furious thing being delayed. Because that was his big break into these big budget movies. So, but he's a really cool guy. We interviewed him years and years ago on the show. He's a really nice guy. So yeah, I guess that's it. Do you guys have any more news topics you want to mention? Anything on here?
You got
Um,
anything?
I have one. This summer they're going to be releasing the Twin Peaks, the entire mystery, on Blu-ray disc. It's going to include like 90 minutes. I guess of deleted scenes from the movie Fire Walk with Me. So I'm looking forward to that.
I've never seen Twin Peaks or any of the Twin Peaks movies.
Well, there's only one movie.
I have the complete series of it on DVD, and I had it for like 5 or 6 years. And I still never opened that motherfucker.
Well, see, you're one of the people we're going to be talking about here in a little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, I've got a few things that unopened.
Yeah,
too.
We'll get to that in a little bit. But I have one topic here I want to talk to you guys about while we're still in the topics section. And that is, I don't know if you guys heard about this. I don't know if it's exactly true or not, because it was just like a random-ass website I saw. But Vince McMahon lost over $350 million today in the stock market. Yeah, like, what the hell? He's no longer a billionaire or something.
Oh.
Yeah, basically, they signed a new deal with NBC Universal to do Raw and SmackDown and all their other shows. And it was substantially lower than what they were wanting for that deal. Like I don't know the entire, the facts about it. I know that they were wanting somewhere close to $300 million contract or something, and they ended up getting like a little over $100 million contract. And for some reason, that's caused the stock to just dive. So,
well, why do you think Vince would accept that offer? Like, just fuck it, all right.
That was his best offer.
That probably was, yeah, it probably was the best offer. And
why was he going to be getting kicked off the network he's on now with the shows that he's doing? Like, what's wrong with what he's doing now?
Well, I mean, the contract's run out. It's with the same group of people. He's on USA and the Sci-Fi Channel. I don't know, man. I mean, I just think, considering they put on 52 pretty much live shows every week, 3-hour shows, by the way. I don't know. I mean, I would figure they would get a better deal than that, because this is a multi-year contract too. This is probably like a 5 or 6 year deal, I think.
Yeah, but they're not getting the big advertisers. I mean, it is a big show on USA, keeps them in the top 10. But as far as advertisers, they're not getting like car manufacturers and stuff like that to be advertisers to get the big money. So, and then the ratings have been down.
They have Kmart.
Yeah, they have the what is it called, the WWE Center or something.
The WWE Center at Kmart.
Yeah.
If you still have a Kmart.
We actually have one. I was wanting to go there just to see. It's usually empty, but it's still open. So.
Dude, like, seriously, like, I know this doesn't really have anything to do with WWE that much, but how in the hell has Kmart stayed in business?
I don't know. That place is a shit fest. There's one out here now. There's one out here where I live now. Like, I haven't had one for years until I moved, and then I went in there again. I'm like, wow, this place is like I don't know. I don't even know who the fuck would want to shop there. It smells like piss, and everything looks like it's been pissed on. I don't even know what the fuck is there.
Yeah, if you go to the electronics section, at least the one that's closest to me, like, they can't even afford to have any of their TVs on. All their TVs are, like, off.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know. That's one of the things, like, I'm just baffled at how Kmart is still in business in any form. I figured they would have been gone 10 years ago.
Yeah, because most of the movies they carry in there for us hoarders, movie lovers, whatever, are like just like those multi-movie packs, or like those weird, like, real discounted DVDs that are like $5 or less. That's all they pretty much have in there.
Yeah. I remember last year doing some Christmas shopping in Kmart. I'm not shitting you, man. They had brand new VHS tapes in there. $19.99 each. And that's just shit that's probably just been sitting on the shelf for 15 years, and they just haven't moved.
I know.
Well, Walmart's got blank VHS tapes now.
I'm not talking about blank VHS tapes. I'm talking about movies.
Wow.
On VHS.
Like Big Mama's House or something?
Yeah. Or Contact on VHS. So
A big box. They got big boxes.
that would be cool if they had. I would buy the big box.
A big box of Big Mama's house.
It's a big box, baby. Look, it's in a big box. It's worth some money. It's in a big box.
It's uncut.
Yeah.
It's not cut. It's not cut
It's
box.
an uncut big box. So anyway, I guess we can move forward to the topic, and then if we got time, I don't know how much time you guys got, we'll read some fan questions. I know some people's asking Brendan some stuff on here.
Yeah.
Maybe one person's asked Steve a question he can answer.
Ooh.
So we will. Steve got a question, boss. Maybe he doesn't. DVD collecting. We're all DVD collectors, movie collectors, Blu-ray collectors, HD DVD collectors.
Thanks.
You know, some people still collect VHS and Laserdisc, all that stuff.
CEDs.
CED, which until YouTube, I'd never heard of a CED.
I hadn't either.
I didn't know what the fuck that was.
I kind of did, because there was this Asian film a long time ago that's never released on any other format. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I got it, and I'm like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, I think there's, of all the failed formats, it's never caught on. That CED, for some reason, has a lot of movies on it. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, basically, I think Brandon, you mentioned doing something along these lines of hoarders, DVD hunters.
Yeah.
When does your obsession or your sickness, if you will, go too far or turn into a real sickness? For me, I can say, because I talked about this on the show, I have stopped, and I do a lot of the digital stuff now simply because I don't have the space, and it costs so much money to get, to continue buying all these new releases and stuff, and I can get the digital copies off buddies of mine, or I can, do the disc to digital thing off buddies of mine and get the HD movies for like $1 a piece. So.
But with me, I don't know. It's one of those things that I've been doing since like elementary school, or even a little bit later, later than that. Just going to the stores, buying the physical copies, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like I'm trying to keep the format alive a little bit, at least in my head, when I'm doing these videos. And hey guys, look what's in the stores. Go out there and get it. Even though half the people in the comments are like, I can just download that shit, fat boy. I don't know. And I like the cover art of things. Like, I just got this one recently, WrestleMania 30. Like, there's nothing that can beat this. Instead of getting like the download copy and shit, I had to go out there and get it. I don't know. This looks cool as shit to me. And you don't get that with the physical, the digital download copies and stuff. You don't get the cool artwork like in Sleepaway Camp and cool things like that. Like, this is the kind of shit that collectors are out there trying to get today. Like, that's why I'm out there still, is because of all that.
Right.
Like, I don't need multiple copies of shit. Like, I don't need it on VHS. I don't need it on, DVD. I don't need it on Blu-ray. I don't need it on CED. I don't need it on all those fucking formats. I'm not that nuts. But I don't know. I just like the physical copy. I know it's not going to be around for a hell of a long time, but that's just my take on it.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. And if you're a fan of the movie, like, you mentioned Sleepaway Camp. You love Sleepaway Camp. I'm a big fan of Sleepaway Camp too. Yeah. Odds are you're gonna pick up the latest and the best version that's out there. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think it gets to the point where a lot of people just go out and purchase something just to sit it on their shelf and never watch it, and it stays sealed. You mentioned you had a box set, that had been, and I've done the same thing, and I think it got to the point for me, I could spend this money elsewhere and still have the space for movies that I really want to watch, rather than, buying random shit at Goodwill or Big Lots or something. I'm probably never going to watch. It looks cool. It's got a cool cover to it. It's going to look nice on the shelf. Looks like I'll have, my shelf will look like a video rental store or something. But at the end of the day, it's more or less decoration, you know.
No, I know exactly what you mean. It's one of those things like I'm trying to work on maybe not getting as much shit or buying as much shit. You know what I mean? Because like who the hell like this? Like there's a long time I was looking at this in the stores to try to get it on Blu-ray. I'm like, why do I need this shit on Blu-ray? DVD's fine for something like this. Like why do I even need the DVD of this motherfucker? But like still at the same time, it's just like I was like going back and forth in my head for a long time. I'm like, do I need to get the Blu-ray of this? Fuck no.
Steve needs the Blu-ray to show somebody though.
Yeah.
No, I don't own any Tim Allen movies. I'm proud of it.
Well, I've been to Steve's house before though, and I've seen his collection. I think that he is, you know, I'm not going to say more responsible, but I mean, he doesn't buy everything under the sun like a lot, you know, like me. I mean, hell, I used to go to Walmart and stuff almost every week and get like some sort of new release. Mainly when DVDs were kind of new. I don't think I ever did that with Blu-rays that much. But you know, I mean, that stuff runs into money, man. I mean, the thing is, whenever you go and get a new release, you're going to pay the most for. You know, it's going to be $24, $25 for a Blu-ray, $20 for a new DVD. You're going to pay the most amount of money for that. And, you know, like I was doing, I was buying shit and not watching it. You know, and there was a guy, and we'll talk about this guy because I think that, you know, he helped me more than anything else. I don't know if I don't have anything against the guy, but
no, I don't either.
His hey Steve, quit laughing, buddy. His personal sickness, you know, on buying, accumulating, you know, made me think a lot about my issues, you know, with buying all that stuff. And you know, honestly, since you know, the beginning of this year, I've only bought one Blu-ray, and that was the Indiana Jones set that Amazon had on sale. Because of that, I mean, you know, eventually you're gonna run out of space. You're either gonna have to sell some of your shit, or you're gonna have to get a bigger place or whatever. So
I know.
I'm just gonna buy the stuff that I really want from now on.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean when it comes to the sickness and running out of room part, because oh shit, as you can tell, there's like this shit everywhere. Like everywhere you go, there's just like movies behind me. There's like more movies like on the sides over here. There's just downstairs. Like I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah. No, I mean I get you, man. Hell, you know, right behind me over here, right in front of me, I had a buddy of mine custom make, you know, 1,000 DVD, holds 1,000 fucking DVD shelf. And Steve's, I don't know, he's acting like a member of Run DMC over there or something. I don't know what's going on. But it doesn't. You can buy shelving. You can have a whole basement for DVDs.
DVDs,
DVDs, baby, but you're going to run out of space regardless. It's like a woman, you know. She always wants a bigger closet, but as big as that closet gets, it's always going to be full because she's going to still buy shit and fill it up with shoes.
She's going to buy damn shoes that she don't wear.
And bags and everything else. So it doesn't matter the space you've got. You're never going to have enough space if you keep buying, whatever, you know. And I understand it's cool. You know, you look at your collections and you say, wow, look at all the movies I've got and stuff. And I understand that. Yeah, Steve does that. I've done that. We all do videos in front of her. We're all proud of our collections.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm a preacher or something. I should have one of those things called
Amen.
Can I get an amen over there? No, but I'm just saying, there's got to come a point where you got to either slow down, you got to sell some stuff, and you got to realize, you know, I probably don't need all that shit.
That's what I did recently too. Like I was like, when I was moving, I sold a bunch of shit on like my Amazon store and like eBay. I was just like, oh shit, I don't need this. Like just trying to like make more room because I didn't know how much room I had in this motherfucker when I moved. So I'm like, oh shit, I don't need this. And there's like a bunch of shit I have that I don't need. I think, like, what the fuck do I have this for? You know what I mean? Like bottom up.
I have
Bottoms Up.
no idea, man.
I think it's one of those, Paris Hilton and Jason Mewes. I think Jason Mewes was the only reason I bought this fucking.
Unless Paris Hilton shows her boobs in it, I don't know why.
Yeah. No, it's just a bunch of this randomness in there.
Or gets a pole stuck in her face. It's like, you know.
Yeah.
Steve likes looking at the pole.
Yeah, I know.
So.
You're a pole smoker.
And you know,
everyone
that has a movie collection has to have Dolomite on DVD.
Fuck yeah. Way down in the jungle deep.
Yeah.
Holla, man. Yeah,
no, but I just don't understand how some collectors like Cinema Sickness, like we said, I don't have a problem with him personally. He's a nice guy, he's a cool guy, but it's just fascinating to watch his his videos because I think he feels like he has to buy something every day because of these videos, and he has different formats of things. Like he probably has like 10 different versions of this movie, like on VHS, on DVD, Blu-ray, VCD, and HD DVD, and God knows what other formats it came out on. I just don't see the purpose of that.
He's got like a whole season of Pound Puppies.
Yeah. No, but like there's some movies and stuff I can understand. You wanted to get like everything on a different format, like maybe The Evil Dead. I can understand that. That's kind of cool to have like a little collection of each, the formats of that kind of thing, or a movie that you love. But just like random shit, like I don't understand it. Like, didn't he recently get like a box of movies that were all like Japanese movies, with no English subtitles? That like I don't understand that.
Yeah, I mean you're he with his name, he's definitely, he's got an accurate name because he does have a Cinema Sickness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, and I don't want to pick on anybody for, it's your money. You can do what you do, enjoy what you, spend what you want to with your money.
Mm-hmm.
But it is like you were saying, it's fascinating because it's just like he could find the movie anywhere. Like he could go in a Goodwill, and he'll pick some random. Something that I would never in a million years pick up. And there's no, I guess to his collection, there's no rhyme or reason for any. It's just random this, random that, something that he'd never heard of. But hey, I'm going to check it out. I've never been to that level. I don't guess. And like,
I don't think any of us have been to that level. But at the same time, how much time in your life are you gonna have to actually watch all this shit? Right. Like Steve said, Pound Puppy Season 2. When do you think you're gonna get to that one?
I think he's waiting for the end of the world to happen, and he'll be just stuck with his DVDs. And his.
But if the end of the world happens, there might not be any fucking power to power up the 10.
I don't think he's not thinking.
He's got a generator for the basement.
Yeah.
Something though that I was like, because he did like a collection video recently, and I was like, oh my god, it was one of those moments where I'm like, oh my god, really? He had built shelves above, above his ceiling there, on his ceiling for VHS tape, and it was full of his VHS. And I just remember I was like, holy shit. It's one of those, I just couldn't believe it. But something that I was saying though, and I think I messaged him a question, he had a question and answer video, and I was just honestly curious. I can't remember if he responded to it or not. And I was like, at the rate you're buying these movies, what are you going to do when you run out of room in your basement? Because it's going to happen soon.
I think that's one of the
I think he buys 50 or 60 movies a week. He's going to run out of. There's no doubt.
He's going to run out of room or money.
3 or 4 months, he's going to run out of room probably.
Do you think that's the reason why people watch some of our videos? Like when it comes to collectors and stuff, it's like I want to see them like not have room to buy things, be able to walk in their house and shit. Is that maybe one of the reasons why people watch shit like that?
I have no idea. I am morbidly curious about that guy, though. That's the best way to put it, because it's like a train wreck almost. And I don't want to be mean, to the guy. Like I said, he seems like a nice guy. Seems like a movie fan that he's just really outgoing, wants to go out and look for movies all the time.
But he's got like he's all tatted up. It's like where's this dude working to get all this money to buy this shit?
Well, you gotta keep in mind the stuff that he is getting. He's getting them for like $1, $2. Like he has like a $5 limit, so it's not like a shit tons of money. But
no,
even
I mean, at the same time, he's buying, like I said, 50 or 60 movies a week.
Yeah,
it does add up after a while.
And he's got like that cool Star Wars hat. So,
Steve wants that hat. That's why I've heard Steve mention that hat a couple of times.
No, I don't like wearing hats.
You just had one on earlier.
I just making fun. I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Hang on a second, I'll get it here. CK hat.
Oh, you.
You got to cock it a little to the one side or the other to show what gang you're in. There you go.
He's part of the DEADPIT gang, son.
Hey, man.
Nah. He's a part of the cornbread mafia.
What the fuck?
I don't eat cornbread anymore, Steve. It's not my diet, buddy.
Sorry. Tofu mafia.
I've actually never tried tofu either.
It tastes like fucking Jello.
It looks
Jell-O.
like cream. It looks like cream cheese. If it's as good as cream cheese, I might eat it.
Well, you can fry it like a steak, but it ain't tasting like steak.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, back to the DVD collecting thing. I mean, just give you a little history, and I understand because like I was like the guy, up until probably recently. I bought a DVD player in 2000. I started going crazy with DVDs. At that point, I've probably sold off more DVDs and shit that I even have now. I'm almost positive of that. And I think that's the thing. You've got to, the stuff that you don't want, stuff that you're not going to watch, move it along to somebody that'll enjoy it, man. I mean, like,
I think part of the sickness when it comes to a lot of us, especially me, when it comes to like selling off certain things, like how much money could I possibly get for some of this shit? You know what I mean? Like, how much is it actually worth? Like, Dead Man on Campus. You're like, come on, it's probably like a penny. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. Like, I know I probably bought it for like $10, 15, whatever, and now I'm getting rid of it for like next to nothing. And it's kind of like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna get rid of it.
It's like a new car. When you go buy a new car, when you drive it out, it's worth a lot less. So, yeah, when you buy a movie, it's hard, unless it's something that's a limited run or something, it's not worth anything.
No, it really isn't. I mean, especially mainstream films.
No.
I mean, what I do now when I want to watch new movies, I get them on either Vudu or, I'll do the disc to digital thing. And, I mean, that's a good way to have a movie and not have to worry about running out of space. I mean, that's the way I look at it.
That's a good way to look at it, dude.
That's the way I look at it, Steve. Okay? I don't need spectacles to look at. I can look with my eyes. Boy.
I'm blind, damn it! Don't make fun of me.
Yeah, man. Oh, you heard that, player?
I'm looking at your face, and it's like weirdo, blurry weirdo. So.
Whatever, buddy. I'm as creepy as I want to be.
You are. Very.
So, yeah. Any other do you guys want to mention anything else about this whole obsession? Have you changed your ways of buying movies at all, or?
I would say that. I mean, I actually got into DVDs before you. I didn't have a real good job, but I went ahead and got a credit card and got me one of those $400 DVD players back in like '98.
Jesus Christ, $400.
And then I basically charged up a good couple, maybe $1,500 to $2,000 on buying all those Anchor Bay videos when they first came out. So I was really like a box every week would come in from different stores, Deep Discount, DVD Express, all those things, and I used to just like eat them up. At some point I just had to stop, but I mean, I actually had to buy new shelves within the last couple years just to accommodate all my new stuff, and especially with Blu-rays, because now rebuying movies that you already had. So it's, but I definitely have slowed down to the extent of maybe I can rent the movies and just see if I like it or not. And of course, the internet is giving me an option of obtaining movies without paying anything.
Oh, hey man, you may be fucking signing your own death warrant. They're gonna be after your ass.
I'm talking about VHS rips. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm talking about?
But when it comes to the whole digital thing, I know I've talked about this on my channel to death and stuff over the last couple years or so. But what's gonna happen if you're watching stuff digitally and there's certain movies are not there anymore? Like Netflix, like that's just a clusterfuck already with certain things being there and then not being there. But when it comes to like this disc to digital, whatever you're saying, is that guaranteed to be there always or no?
No.
Well,
that we were talking about that the other day. A couple of buddies of mine, we actually merge all of our stuff together, so we have like a huge ultraviolet collection. I think in the terms and conditions it says that if at some point the studio doesn't sign a contract, or I don't know the exact wording, some of those movies could not exist. But my response to that could not exist on your account. I mean, my response to that is though, man, like and I'm not going to say this could happen, but your house could burn down, and then where are your movies? They're gone too. I mean, you've got a physical copy, I understand, and odds are, your house isn't going to, nobody's house is going to burn down. Hopefully, that's what it is. But I'm just saying, like, that could happen too. Mr. Cinema Sickness could wake up one day with all 40,000 of his movies, CD, whatever, gone, just like that. I mean, that could happen too. So,
did he ever
look at it from both ways?
Did Cinema Sickness ever make a video telling everybody how many movies are in his basement?
I think he has no clue. I don't know though.
Well, the one thing about Vudu it gives you an option to download the movie, right?
Right. You can download every movie that's on Vudu.
So I mean, in that case,
it would take forever. But
yeah, I know, but you could, if you wanted to, you could download every movie and have it on a hard drive somewhere.
But for me, I have to say, if it's movies that, for people that are watching, for movies that you really love, like Sleepaway Camp, like The Goonies or whatever, always own your physical copy of it. If it's just like some whatever the fuck movie, like,
Joe Somebody,
who gives a fat fuck, you know what I mean? It's like, try to get a copy of it for yourself of something that you really like and love or something, then keep that physical copy. Stuff that's just like bullshit that just lays around your house all day, like, Parent Trap and shit. Like, why do I need, like, I don't know. Fucking Lindsay Lohan, oh shit.
You like an underage Lindsay Lohan, man, that's what it is.
You should send that to that Cinema Sickness dude.
No, I'm good.
No, I don't. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you, and I think that DVD should, and DVD and Blu-ray itself should, because in my opinion, I think that the digital copies and Vudu and Netflix and all that stuff like that is probably where the studios are going to lean toward.
Yeah.
Because the big studios, do not want you to own a physical copy. I mean, if it was up to them, they would rather people, just have it on their Roku or whatever, Xbox and stream it. But
don't bleed it, stream it.
Okay.
What the fuck was that? Righty Piper.
Autistic Tourette's, man. But I think that something that, and I don't know how familiar you guys are with like the vinyl community, like for music. What DVD and Blu-ray should do is what a lot of these companies are doing for the vinyl like box sets. Do something special for some of the big movies that's coming out, and hell, charge more for it. Fuck, charge $75 or something for like a deluxe Goonies collection with. You're talking about map replicas. You can have, the copper bone replica. Those stuff like that in there. Mix it up. Make people be interested in more than just, a regular DVD case. I think that's the way to go when it comes to that sort of thing, because what it's going to come to in the next 5 or 6 years is just a specialty market of people that are because it's already happening. I mean, video stores are gone. You know, you used to work at the Blockbuster. Blockbusters are all gone now. I think the red boxes kind of took that out, and Netflix and Vudu and all that stuff's taking the red boxes out. I think that's going to be the way to watch movies for the next 10, 15 years, and for the general audiences.
You know what's kind of funny though, since we're talking about Blockbuster and how Blockbuster killed most of the family-owned video stores and things like that, but the family-owned video stores back where I used to live are pretty much all still there and alive and kicking, and Blockbuster's dead. I think that's fucking amazing.
I was surprised. I think it was Michael Felcher. I think this is a video store that's just closing, but there are video stores around that still rent VHS tapes.
Oh, I know. The one I was in earlier this week, or at least sells them. They're trying to get rid of them now, but yeah.
Yeah. That's just amazing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there was the store in Louisville that we used to go to, that Wild and Woolly Video, up until probably about 6 years ago or so. They had VHS tapes.
Yeah, there's this video store I went to in a video of mine recently with my stalkers or whatever you want to call them, and I think it's called Eddie Bryant's Saturday Matinee. It's this big fucking store with wall-to-wall fucking VHS tapes, and you can't buy fucking one of them. If I wanted Night at the Roxbury on a VHS, they're like, I can't sell it. I'll give you $50. They're like, no. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
You must really want Night of the Roxbury on VHS.
No. I was just giving an example.
I'm just playing with you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The VHS obsession, I don't really understand that. I mean, other than the fact that the video artwork, all that stuff's awesome. I mean, I love looking at that shit. But
Hell
it's just
yeah.
so expensive now, to get into that. But
the only thing I think is cool about it is that you can get movies that have never been released to DVD or Blu-ray. All those weird B movies like 555 has been out on DVD now, I think, but all weird shit like that. I think that's kind of cool. Some of my dad's movies probably have never been released that are just straight to DVD or straight to VHS shit from the 80s or whatever.
Yep. So you want to answer some questions on here?
All right.
Let's see what we got. We got a few on here. Absolute Sublime 1. We all know him.
What's up,
Hell
Jay?
yeah. What's up, GG?
What's up, bro? Blu-ray, he mentioned Blu-ray.com said that All of Films was releasing Deathbed on Blu-ray.
Fuck yeah.
Shit.
So, he's talking about...
No one's getting a screener of that shit.
No, all of Films, they're the company that doesn't have any extras usually or anything in their DVD or their Blu-rays, what, $25, $30?
Yeah, but Best Buy was having a sale on some of them, Cujo and this one I got a week or two ago, The Perfect Weapon.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cool martial art kind of thing from what I remember. So if you go to Best Buy, they have a couple of them for $12 now.
Huh. I know they re-released the Monster Squad without all the extras on it. So.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Did I see a Rambo Raph in here?
I think he posted something.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How many parts is it?
It's probably 45 minutes long or something.
He's asking, why is Deathbed the bed that eats getting a Blu-ray?
Because it's the bed that eats.
That was from Rambo.
Yeah.
It's weird because you got some of these Phantasm doesn't have a Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
And you get Deathbed and all that shit that's coming out on Blu-ray before.
Did you say Deathbed had special features and shit on it too?
I think
yes.
So, yeah.
Isn't that funny? That one has special features, but then shit like Weekend at Bernie's doesn't have shit on it. Just like Rambo Raph was talking about in one of his recent videos.
Yeah, the thing with Weekend at Bernie's is you could get every one of those people to do they're not doing nothing. You could get them to do a documentary, you would think.
I know, what the hell?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That Blu-ray looked amazing though.
I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah.
You could see the makeup on Bernie.
I saw that. I saw that they were doing a reunion show at a Rhode Island Comic-Con thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, with Jonathan Silverman, Andrew
Anthony
McCarthy and
Woo.
yeah, the dude that played Bernie. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome.
Yeah, especially if they're gonna have like a photo op.
Op.
Yeah, and they could have Bernie with the blue jacket on and the
Glasses.
Like,
I would totally make a directed DVD sequel, Weekend at Bernie's. Weekend at Bernie's 3 in 3D.
and he'll be like he'll be like a skeleton now.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
His bones fall out of the closet.
That's what I'm saying. You know, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's Bernie. Hey, Bern, what's up, dude?"
The thing is, people always shit on Weekend at Bernie's too, but I think I like that one a lot more than the first. It's just a lot more fun with like the voodoo element to it and shit. I always liked it.
They had more playmates in that one.
And like movies.
I was always wondering though, when is Bernie going to start to stink at some point? Wouldn't he start to smell?
Well,
I know.
I think that now if they do one, the stunks are over. It's just bones.
Yeah, it's dust.
Yeah, maybe they cremated him now, and it's like his dust, his urn just falls out everywhere, and they have to get his urn back because it's got some kind of coat on the bottom of it or something.
But Absolute Sublime also is mentioned addiction to feed and emptiness.
Yes,
So
I'm empty inside. I know that.
Yeah. You know, and I think there's something to that. You know, I don't want to get too deep, but yeah, I mean, there has to be a reason you're wanting all this stuff, thousands and thousands of copies, you know, and stuff that you can't even watch, you know, like foreign movies.
Yeah, it's a definite mental thing.
Yeah,
I think it is something that tries to like make us hide the fact of like the bad stuff in life that's happening or something. I don't know. Like,
it's a hole, man. I need something to make me feel better. And,
oh fuck, man!
And you get it. I need a Beverly Hills Cop 3 on VHS, and it'll make me feel better.
No, he needs a sealed copy of the Godfather VHS collection.
Well, I had to open one of them, but if I can get that other one put on my shelf, I'll be all right.
I mean, there's just so many, and I hate to harp back on that one dude, but I mean, he's just a classic example, like the HD DVD collection he has. And I don't know if you guys have noticed it. This is true. I mean, he does this. He has to have 2 copies of the same movie, one sealed, one open, on HD DVD.
Oh, shit.
No, that's crazy.
What about you? You went out and bought that Death Proof DVD.
HD DVD.
Yeah, the HD DVD.
I didn't buy 2 of them though. I bought one.
No, but I was like, why do you need that?
Well, you're talking about like 5 or 6 years ago, Steve.
No, it's not been that goddamn long. I've only known you about 6 years.
It was like whenever HD DVD, it was the year HD DVD closed, like shut down, whatever year that was. Anyway, Steve is up way past his bedtime. He's delirious. That's from Jason Double Schneeberger, on the rounds. Rip Myers actually asked Wetmovie, how many DVDs do you own? He says he has 2,500.
Woo!
I know I brought this up earlier about cinema sickness, and I wonder how many he had, or if he ever said that. The thing is with me, I haven't counted them because it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass because I have a lot like up here in my room, downstairs. There's shit in boxes, and like I'm never going to have an exact, accurate number because I'll probably get like, miscount or some shit. And plus I'm a lazy son of a bitch. I don't know how long it's going to be.
Well, I remember I don't know if you still have this, but like I remember seeing one of your videos years ago where you had boxes of them in like storage and shit too. Like you're like, I don't know what you're doing, but you're looking through some of your stuff. I don't know if you want to sell it or what, but like it was like a whole storage building full of like DVD, Blu-rays and stuff.
But all that stuff is out. That stuff's all in the house now. I don't have a storage bin anymore for like the last 2 or 3 years or something.
Oh, okay. I didn't know because like with me, I mean, some of my DVDs I actually have them out back in the storage building, just because I've run out of room.
Oh, you should make a video going there, like talking about some of the shit.
I probably will at some point, but that building's like a fucking mess. I don't know how I would film anything in there.
And damn it, when the hell are we going to get another DEADPIT on the road?
Yeah!
Well, you'd have to ask Uncle. I mean, I could do one by myself.
Driving on the
How
street.
fun that would be, but
Yeah.
You're gonna get one of those GoPro cameras and mount it in your car.
Yeah.
I could. That'd be a new age dead pit on the road. I think I would love to do one for Godzilla. I think Brendan, you checked out Did you like Godzilla? I didn't watch your video yet, so.
Okay. I did my review like probably 10 minutes or 5 minutes after I got out of the movie. I was kind of excited because I like seeing the Godzilla character. But now that I have, like 24 hours since I've seen it and I can think about it more, it really wasn't an amazing movie. Like the story is kind of all over the place, and like the characters that you want to see more of are not really in it that much, like Bryan Cranston and Elizabeth Olsen. I think this is Elizabeth Olsen's first movie in a long time where she doesn't pop her tits out. So it's
boom!
And no, but the special effects are cool. Like I think Godzilla really looks like the old school Godzilla that we all know and love, but there's not a whole hell of a lot of that going on. So it's just kind of like like a hodgepodge of just bullshit a little bit.
Like another big budget Hollywood shitfest, kind of.
Kind of, but at the same time, it's kind of cool just to see like the dinosaur, like dinosaur kind of like Godzilla character and shit in there doing its thing. And Bryan Cranston, the first half with him was amazing, but after that, it kind of just fizzles out a little.
It's interesting to see like all the gimmicks that they have for these movies now, like the D-Box thing, which we have. I don't even think we have it anywhere in the state. Steve, do you have any? Do we have any in Louisville?
What the hell's a D-Box? Director?
You don't even know what the fuck it is. That's like this theater where the like all the big action movies and stuff. It's kind of like a ride or something.
Yeah, it's like like a big explosion happens. Your sheet.
Is it called? I forgot. We got one. It's like DX or something. Is that?
Yeah, it? like if you're watching a sex scene or something, like a hand comes up and like strokes you off a little bit.
That'd be cool.
Steve would like that. I think he'll get hired for that kind of job.
I'm gonna live at the theater if it strokes me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we got one.
They would want one where the finger comes up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ow. And then like after like half hour of just doing this to Steve's ass, the finger just comes up and whoop. Okay.
Gives him a shitler.
Oh shit.
So how did we get to that? I don't know how we got to that, but yeah.
Because you're fucking homos, that's why.
The D-Box stuff, though, I mean, it's just gimmick after gimmick with the theaters anymore, man. I mean, like, to me, I don't even really enjoy watching a movie in 3D. Like, just make good fucking movies. I mean, that's what I want to see. I don't need no stupid fucking gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no gimmicks.
No gimmicks needed.
You're fucking Chris Candino.
Yeah.
So anyway,
there's another comment here from Rambo Raff. He says, "To be honest, I don't buy DVDs and Blu-rays anymore. I've been lucky enough that I have gotten a lot of stuff sent to me throughout the years. It's pretty humbling." Well, yeah, I know that feeling too. But when it comes to buying things, I think most of the stuff now that I buy is like stuff that I really love or something, or like getting Mallrats on Blu-ray and Reality Bites on Blu-ray, like old movies I like. I mean, I don't really go out there and run out to get the new ones all the time, I
don't know the feeling of getting shit free, right, Wes?
I've given you all kinds of free shit over the years, Steve.
All kinds?
You've never thanked me one damn time.
I have to thank you every time I talk to you. You get really upset,
listen,
and I have to go,
okay,
listen, thanks, Wes. Okay.
Listen to this shit, Steve.
Listen.
Okay, and a lot of people don't know this.
Yeah, but they're going to know
Steve
it now.
Has 100% free access to my Voodoo account.
And you have free access to my Netflix account.
You have
Boom!
free access. Hey, I never watched Netflix, Steve, and you're probably
why the fuck did you want it then?
You're probably not going to renew it anyway because they raised the price to like.
No, I was there. They don't raise your price for 2 years.
Oh,
Oh, so yeah, what is Netflix gonna be raising it to anyway?
$1. It's like nine. It's like
Well, if you want the HD movies, it's $1, but it stays the same. But they'll take your ability to watch the HD movies off, and it'd still be the same price or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. There's another question here saying, when Blu-ray 4K takes over, are we gonna adopt that for a new format or just fuck it?
I don't think Blu-ray 4K is ever going to happen.
I think it already is, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna get a big push like everything else has.
I mean, just because the damn Blu-ray says it's mastered in 4K doesn't mean shit. It means still playing through a regular Blu-ray player, unless your Blu-ray player is somehow a upgraded 4K player.
But the thing is, there's a
DVD.
There is new 4K TVs and players and stuff like that, so you have to buy more shit though.
Yeah, my friend just messaged me. He bought a new 4K. Well, he's going to get a 4K television for like $700. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if he didn't upgrade get a Blu-ray player that actually can do it, it's not going to be that big of a difference. I mean, I know that Netflix is going to have some 4K content. I think they're going to have like in Breaking Bad or something like that in 4K. But I don't know. But I mean,
the thing is though, like he was saying, unless you have an 80-inch TV, you're not really going to even notice.
Right.
I mean, it's a higher resolution, but if you're watching on a 47-inch TV, it's not going to matter because, I mean, the resolution is not. It needs to be blown up bigger to even notice.
But the same thing I think is happening with YouTube. I think it has that new capability to upload in 4K. Which is probably, I wonder how long that shit's gonna fucking take. Because when I upload, let's say my Blu-ray DVD update videos that are like half-hour long, that shit takes like 500 to 600 minutes just for that shit to go up in 720 p. I'm like, fuck.
I know. I don't think we need any DVD updates in 4K. I mean, really, that's kind of overkill.
No. I'm just saying, there's a
I know, but I'm just like,
I want to see VHS updates in 4K.
Yep.
Actually, another question here from Rambo, by the way. Recent rumor that Disney is going to release the original Star Wars trilogy unaltered on Blu-ray.
That's cool.
I can totally see
them
do that. Yeah, they'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much money to be made.
They gotta make up that $4 billion they gave to Lucas.
They will. Here's my prediction: they'll release that set right before the new Star Wars comes out next year, I guess.
Yeah. And you get a free ticket to the new movie.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think that set's coming for sure. We can all look for that because the new Star Wars movies, are sequels to those movies, so it definitely makes sense.
I see what you're saying. I hear you.
You pick up what I'm throwing down.
I smell what you're cooking.
So I think that'll definitely happen.
Hey, Rich Owl, no problem, man. And hi, Annabeth.
Let's see. What anybody else has any other questions or comments on here?
Yeah, man. Yeah, guys, ask us anything you would like down in the comments below.
Hey, fuck you, fuck you, YouTube updates. I'm not yelling.
Okay.
What?
That's what the guy's name is on here.
Oh shit.
Somebody's asking about Dumb and Dumber 2, which I think that's coming out. Is that coming out this year, this fall, or?
I think so, but I'm kind of down to see it. But those guys are old as fuck now. I just don't know how good it's gonna be, and if Jim Carrey's really gonna bring back the old style of comedy that he pretty much originated back in his first couple movies.
I hope he has a bowl of loudmouth soup. Now the big question is, have you tried the Arby's Smokehouse brisket sandwich?
No, sir.
Okay, that answers that question.
Arby's, hey, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, man.
Let me lay it on the live feed, Brandon.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Arby's is too fucking high for you. God damn, you want your sandwich, you want you some curly fries, baby. That's gonna get you back 10
curly fries.
I don't eat fries anymore. I don't eat Arby's anymore.
Whoa!
I don't eat bread anymore. So
Yeah. I finally had recently, what's it called? Like a double, what's it called? Like a superstar or something, wrapped in lettuce. I'm like, wow, that shit's fucking different. I'm trying to eat a hamburger wrapped in lettuce. I'm like, oh fuck. It's the first time in like years that I haven't had it with bread and shit. I was just like, this is, I don't know, like the shit was all slipping around and falling all over the place. Lettuce was everywhere. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, probably the best way to eat something like that, get you a knife and a fork, because I get a lot of those burgers with no buns now, and that's the only way to eat them. I mean, a Hardee's or Carl's Jr., whatever it's called, with you, they'll wrap it, in lettuce like that, and I've tried to eat it like that. It's different.
Yes. Yeah.
Not easy.
Oh, we also got the Cinestalker in here, Danny from the Wetmovie crew, and here watching the show right now. What's up, Danny?
Oh yeah. How you doing?
Yeah.
Hey man.
What is your guys' favorite wrestling era from James? I would say my favorite is probably the one from the 80s era and the Attitude Era, like my two ones that stand out to me.
Yeah, my favorite's definitely the one I grew up, the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 85 through 90.
Yeah.
Because I started watching wrestling when I was 4 years old, believe it or not.
Woo!
And I can remember, like, I guess it was around WrestleMania 2, when right before WrestleMania 2, when King Kong Bundy kind of crushed Hulk Hogan's ribs, and I actually wrote Hulk Hogan a get well letter. He was like doing a promo in a hospital bed or something like that.
Oh, shit.
I was like hardcore from back, when I was 4, 5, 6 years old. So the 80s era is definitely like Saturday Night's Main Event, all those classic WrestleMania shows and stuff. I love that stuff.
Yeah, that's the same thing with me, because I know my friend Danny that's watching this right now knows the story because I talked to him about it. My dad used to work for the LA Coliseum back in the day. I forgot exactly what he did because I was like a little kid. I didn't know what my dad did. But he always got me backstage to like meet the wrestlers and like talk to them, like take pictures and things, which like 90% of those pictures, where the fuck are they now? Like pictures with me and Yokozuna and shit like that. What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like I wish I still had that. But it was just cool experiences to see like all my favorite wrestlers during the time when wrestling was just like my whole fucking life. Like, hanging out with the British Bulldog, just backstage with my dad and sisters, like talking to him, and while Tatanka's like running in from like, from the ring area, like yelling and screaming like he's about to like throw like some sort of shit fit, and like British Bulldog was like hugging me and my sister to try to keep us away from like Tatanka being all fucking crazy. And I don't know, I remember like taking pictures with, like I said, Yokozuna, and my head was like where his gut was, like his bottom of his gut, so I'd be like, huh?
I remember. Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of great like wrestling memories. Like one in particular was they used to film like WWF Superstars is what it was at the time. That was the big show at the time before Monday Night Raw became the big thing, I guess. They used to record 6 hour or 6 different shows. End up being a 6 hour long. Like they'd start the wrestling about 6 o'clock and it would end around midnight. And we went to this Superstars taping, and it was the first time that it really clued me in on, this is kind of staged, because they have like the same match 2 or 3 times. If the guys miss a spot or something in the match, like I remember one match with the Steiner brothers, they had the do-over because I think Scott Steiner missed the Frankensteiner or something. They did that match over. They did like a Bam Bam Bigelow interview segment over because he messed up his words or something. So I mean, I love. I mean, I've never quit watching wrestling. That's the thing. So
no, but
my favorite's definitely the early '80s, the mid '80s.
Well, I was just gonna say, I watched it during the '80s, but also got to watch the Memphis wrestling, which I think I liked a lot more. And even through the '90s, I still watched the Memphis wrestling. And about '96, I moved out and found ECW on like really late on like a Friday night or something, about 2 o'clock in the morning. And I love that program. It was just so different and so over the top. So that was one of my favorite ones, just watching ECW in that late '90s era. Even on TNN when it was on, I still think that was a lot better than Raw as far as the matches and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. I can remember 95, 96. I was like begging my parents to get DirecTV just so we could watch ECW because I've heard everybody, and I was getting VHS tapes at that point too, VCW, and that was the whole reasoning we got DirecTV. You know, I was on my parents like crazy. I was like, shit, come on,
Mike,
you know, come on, Mr. Vance.
And I know, since I know you guys love like wrestling so much like I do, there's this convention my friend Danny told me about. I think it's happening in San Diego in a month or two, where Roddy Piper, The Godfather, like a whole bunch of other like cool wrestlers like Matt Hardy, a bunch of people are going to be there, like having this big event and a signing and stuff, like Gangrel and just a whole bunch of like cool people. Like I think Lita's going to be there, X-Pac is going to be there. There's like a whole bunch of just like random awesome wrestlers like Rikishi and Ron Simpson and shit like that. It's just, I think I might hit up that shit next month or something. House of Hardcore, I think it's called.
Yeah, I've actually I've never been to a wrestling convention before, but yeah, I mean that sounds like a lot of fun. I've met a few wrestlers, but not through one of those. I'd love to go to one of those wrestling conventions.
Hey, you met Ric Flair?
I was gonna say that in a Walmart.
Yeah.
Yep, I sure did.
That's awesome.
Back in the bait and tackle section.
Somebody posted something on here. Voodoo and other streaming movie shit is not going to carry and probably never will carry the more obscure movies. I don't care. I don't see Scream Factory and other companies like that stop pressing movies. I think, like we were saying, there's always going to be the hardcore movie fans out there. And I think there's always going to be a market for Scream Factory and Synapse and people that do, just do cult films because people, like you were saying, that stuff's not going to be on Vudu, and most of it isn't.
Well, there's other options. I'm on Roku. I was watching a bunch of Giallos on one random channel. So I mean, it may not be the best quality, but it's free. So
yeah,
it's
Roku has some free movie channels. There's one called Cryptic TV or Cryptid TV.
Yeah.
It's like totally free horror Netflix that you can look up on there.
I like the one they have. Some of them have like actually a streaming channel, and then they have the archive. So I mean, we're getting rid of cable here within the next month or so because we're going to get Hulu Plus and Netflix and all the shit on Roku. I think that we don't need cable anymore. So
what about the Playboy channel, Steve?
I got some of that on VH from like 1993. So.
Oh shit.
That's my favorite part of my favorite decade of Playboy television was 93 to 96.
What was your favorite decade of porn, Steve?
Probably the first couple of years he found out that there was such thing as porn.
I saw my first porn. I saw when I was 11, and it was like really freaked me out because I didn't know what that was. And then somebody at school told me what sex was, and I was like, well, shit, I saw that on the TV.
Yeah. Speaking of porno, like I posted a picture up on my Facebook the other day with me and this one girl, and I knew who she was, but at the same time, I didn't know her name, so I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I want to get a picture with her just so I can put it up online so someone can tell me what her name is. So I'm like, I know, I jerked it to her before. But look, she was on the set of this movie I was in called Toxic Tutu. And I was like, who is this girl? Shit, she's like walking around. I'm like, I know her from something. And then like after a couple hours, I'm like, oh yeah, I spanked it to her. But how am I want to get a picture with her, but how the hell am I going to do that? You're like, I'm going to go up to you, hey, I know you, I jerk it to you every day. Or like not every day.
I'm sure people do that all the time, by the way. You probably wouldn't have to worry.
No, but then I went up to her, and I'm like, have I seen you in like another trauma movie before? Like, have you been in something else? She's like, well, I've been in some like short films, and like you probably seen me. Like, she wasn't saying shit about being in porn. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like, God damn it. It's like one of those awkward moments. Like, I wanted to take a picture and see if anybody would care on Facebook, and I don't give a fuck.
You just wanted to like get close to her is what it was. You didn't even want the picture. He's like, let me get my arm around there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think
maybe
Double
like a fucking.
he's asking if we have heard about Jesco White.
Yes.
They got him as a guest at the Days of the Dead convention in Indianapolis, and he's also playing a music show, I think, or dancing show in Indianapolis.
We're going to that.
So, Brendan, I don't know how familiar are you with the White family and Jesco White? Have you watched? Have you watched any of the Dancing Outlaw documentaries?
No. He had no clue
I don't
what that is.
No, I don't think I have.
You need to watch The Wonderful World of the Whites of West Virginia.
Yeah, look up The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Oh, fuck.
You've got to check. Yeah.
It's great.
You'll enjoy that shit. It's a lot easier to find. This guy is from Boone County, West Virginia, in the boonies, literally. And if you watch I think you can get DVDs of the original documentaries too.
It was on PBS.
The original documentaries are 10 times better, but I mean, you know, the Wild and Wonderful Whites is the one you can find pretty much everywhere. But it's funny, man. I mean, just really, you'd die laughing. That shit's awesome.
Oh shit! I'll probably check it out sooner or later.
Let's see if I can find any more questions on here. We've been on here a while, so.
Oh, I know. This thing says like hour and a half passed or something.
Yeah.
Hello? Where did Steve go? Did everybody freeze but me? Yeah. Am I the only one people see? Oh, yeah. What the hell am I doing? I don't know. Hey, guys, leave a comment if I'm the only person you can see and hear right now. Because everybody just straight up froze right now on me. Oh, Mr. DEADPIT boys, where can you be? Hello? Hey, guys, scream loud and clear. Scream loud if you can, baby. Can anybody hear me, baby? I guess I'm by myself.
I can hear you.
Wetmovie1's going wild and taking over DEADPIT. Wait, who's still here?
I am.
Oh, shit. Where did Westicles go?
I don't know. That's funny. They were talking about the Jesco White, and it killed the thing.
Oh, it did. But it's still going live, and we can't stop it. Only he can.
But yeah, that's a fun documentary. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah? Is it on YouTube right now, though? That Whites thing?
It used to be on Netflix, but I don't know if it's on YouTube or not. It may be, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's their whole family is living off the government, they snorting pills. I mean, it's just amazing what the crap they're doing.
Hey Wes, if you're watching this, click the link again into the live show, and you should end up coming back in here.
Wesley
Vance.
He gets kicked off his own show.
It's Wesley Vance, and he loves wearing khaki pants.
Yeah, and polo shirts.
Is that Diner back there?
Yep.
I'm back.
Where did you go? Did you go and put your khaki pants on?
No, I think the internet went out or something. It does that sometimes.
Yeah.
It beats like that sometimes, don't it?
I think I was talking about the double down, and it like cut me off or something.
Rita Hartman said you went to go take a potty break.
A double down.
It would take a little longer than what I was going. When I drop a pile, I drop a pile.
Oh yeah, like a fucking rail man does.
Yeah.
He tore my toilet up when he came up here.
I did.
Oh shit.
I broke the porcelain. It was a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So,
Oh fuck.
Double Down. I don't eat Double Downs. Do you guys?
What the fuck is a double down?
You have KFCs in California, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, it's like 2 pieces of fried chicken, like together with bacon and cheese and all that stuff in it.
Oh fuck no.
Instead of bread, they use chicken.
Oh shit.
I've had one. I thought it was all right.
I usually go to like if whenever I was like not giving a shit about what I was eating, I would go to Popeyes the most.
Now, see, we don't have Popeyes anywhere in Kentucky, I don't think.
Yeah, there's one up here.
Dude, if you went to one, you'd be like, fuck this diet.
Well, if I was out of town and wanted to have like a treat or something,
Yeah,
Oh,
treat.
It's a treat. It's like a whole bucket. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's still good. Don't tell
We
me
can
about
get
it.
that to go thing for $2.50. It's like a piece of chicken with some potato wedges.
Yeah.
You should get that.
Let's see. We got any more questions, guys? You guys looking?
There was one
I'm
about
trying.
seeing the
Yeah, I'm
trailer for the Gotham TV show, which I have. I mean, I can't tell if it's going to be anything any good or not, but I saw the Flash trailer. It looked pretty decent, so I'll have to wait and see.
Let's see.
How about Interstellar? Have you seen the trailer for Interstellar from Christopher Nolan?
Nope.
It's like a real short thing. It looks kind of cool, but it's not very long.
Well, I mean, the new trailer came out either today or really recent. It was pretty cool. It gave you a little bit more to the story.
Yeah.
You know, Matthew McConaughey, and evidently Earth doesn't have a lot of food, so he's going into space, and they're going to go through some type of wormhole. So
Yeah.
it's pretty.
Certain trailers debut, I think, way too early sometimes. Like,
yeah.
The Edge of Tomorrow, the new whatever his name is. What the fuck is his name again? Tom
Cruise.
They've been playing that in the theaters for like months and months and months, even before I fucking moved. I'm like, they need to like change shit up a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's.
I don't know what it is. Like sometimes I think they debut them just way too fucking soon.
I think a year out is too soon. I think definitely within 6 months to 90 days is probably your best bet.
Whatever happened to? And I know they do this every once in a while, but you've got a real big action movie. Why don't you promote it like if it's coming out in the summer, you debut the trailer on the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah.
Like they did. I think they did that with Terminator 2 back in the day.
Wow.
They don't do that anymore though. That much.
Mhm.
Well, everything is so the lifetime is so short now. You'll get the trailer, maybe you'll get the trailer like a few weeks before the movie comes out. The movie comes out, and then 2 or 3 months later, it's on Blu-ray and DVD. So the life cycle is like crazy. Because I remember as a kid, before there was VHS, it was like you get a movie coming out, and maybe 2 years later it'll show up on television.
Mm-hmm.
And then when VHS came out, I mean, it was at least a year later, and then those periods have just gone completely down. And of course, movies now, depending on how big they are, don't even get to the theaters.
Yeah. There's a comment down here in the comment box that's been down there for a while. It looks like it says, "Hey, Wetmovie, can you say your catchphrase from your hoarding up videos? Yell it out. I'm a fan of your videos." Well, it's time to go hoard up. I guess is that good enough? That's from like an hour ago. I don't know if that person's even here anymore.
Well, I got a catchphrase. It's yep, what it be?
Or Dana, put my diaper on.
What it do? That's it. What it do?
What it be?
And there's another one here that says, there's another comment here that says, please share your thoughts on the films of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, except for the very last one, which I recently watched it with the commentary by DEADPIT, thanks to Wes over here.
Oh yeah.
Even though that, like you said in the thing, that's probably one of the weirdest commentaries I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah, I don't even remember doing that. That was one of the drunken commentaries. I don't remember many of those.
Yeah, you guys can
You ever
always
listen
check
to-
it out.
Anybody
Did you
interested?
ever go-
Listen to them at DEADPIT.com right now.
Did you ever go back and listen to some of those? Like when you leave Aaron alone, he'll like, listen to me. Listen to me.
No, I don't. I
Yeah.
probably should because
Yeah.
some of the shit we say, I could get sued maybe or something. I don't know. As far as the Elm Street films go for me though, man, like I enjoy I love the first 4 Elm Street movies.
Right
And
on.
then 5, I don't really like 5. I don't like 5 or 6, and I kind of dig I dig New Nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't love, like, I think the first 4 are the best from that
Yeah.
series, just my opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got the soundtrack to 4.
Yeah.
You got Vinny Vincent's Invasion, man. Love Kills playing over and over again.
Hell yeah.
No, but I think
The White Mark Henry.
I think one of the main reasons why I like the Wes Craven's New Nightmare is because I had that same kid, you know, from like what not Poltergeist, but Pet Sematary. Yeah, I always liked that kid. Like now he probably ain't doing jack shit, but I've always liked anything that kid was in back in the day.
Yeah, he's in Kindergarten Cop too.
Yeah,
Men have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Yeah. I still say that shit sometimes. Like I'm just walking around like in the middle
I
of the
feel
store.
sorry for that kid. He probably has to sign that on like autograph.
Yeah.
And you know that.
Let's go. Phil.
And you know that movie's coming to Blu-ray in like a month or 2.
Fuck yeah! I want to see that. I want to see that kid in HD.
I already have it in HD on Voodoo.
Voodoo.
Represent that shit.
Yeah.
Voodoo.
I don't know if we have any more questions, guys, but we've been at this for about 2 hours. So,
Oh shit.
unless you guys, and I'm sure you guys got more stuff to do. Steve's got to go pass out and enjoy some football time.
I got some shut eye.
But Brendan, man, I appreciate you joining me on here for this long. And
No
anything
problem.
you want to pimp out, everybody knows your YouTube page, pretty much.
Yeah.
Wetmovie1 on YouTube.
I'm sure there'll be a link in the description whenever the video goes live. But that's all. I just wanted to come here and chat it up with the Dead Pit boys, the crew over here.
Yeah, even though Uncle Bill no-showed like the homo that he is.
Yeah.
He took his ball and went home.
He took his ball and shoved it up his butt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's always fun. We'll probably try to do another one of these. Definitely want to try to do one with Felcher at some point and talk about some of the Screen Factory stuff that he's working on. He's been a busy guy lately. We haven't had him on all year. So
I bet you $100 he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
he probably would be wearing the Hawaiian shirt. That's kind of his gimmick, Steve.
Shit, maybe we could do one of those live auctions on here or something like you used to do.
Oh,
yeah, we scheduled that like one back around Christmas time or something, but he postponed it and we never had it. So maybe that's something we can do. Also, I wanted to mention that we're working on a new Dead Pit website. I will probably put a link in the description where you can. What the plan is to put every episode of Dead Pit that's we've ever done on the new website, and we're raising money to try to do that. So we'll put like a donation link in the bottom, or you can go to deadpit.com and see the donation button on there. Trying to raise money for bandwidth and the hard drive space for probably like 400 Dead Pit shows total. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Are you even gonna put up the old MySpace ones up on there too?
I want to put up as much stuff as I've got. It might take a while. We might not have it all up on. The new website will be up in the fall, but we're going to try to have it all up there. So. Even the old Eurocult Dead Pit appearance, Steve's old show that he did, we've got that.
I've got a few of those. I think Dana has a bunch of those.
Yeah. So what we'll do is, it's going to be a really interactive new website. So I'm excited about it, and Steve's excited about it, and we want to get everybody else excited about it. So.
I mean, it's interactive.
Sounds cool.
It's the Dead Pit Network, right?
Yeah. Except you don't have to. you don't have to pay a monthly fee. Just help us
I
keep
thought
the costs
when you
up.
go, though, I think you should have like a little thing at the side where you come up and you go, like Vince McMahon did, welcome you to the WWE network.
Welcome to the DEADPIT Network.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
All right, guys. Well, everybody have a great weekend. Thank both of you guys for joining me on here, and we will do another one of these at some point very soon, hopefully.
Later,
Very
guys.
soon.
Thanks for having me.
Y'all have a good night.
Later.
Woo!